Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit educational or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Viewer discretion is advised. Shalom, beloved brothers and sisters, Jews and Gentiles alike. Welcome. This is your humble servant, Big Levi, and today is August the 5th, 2023, and it's currently 12:49 p.m. Eastern Time, pre-recorded on Shabbatai. Welcome, beloved. Great glory to the Mighty One. Now, before we go into this video, I would like to say that the video has somewhere around 30 seconds of music because we do not want YouTube or the owner strike our channel. We already have a warning in there, so you will see the video, the first 30 seconds of it in mute. I'm just going to narrate it, okay? Now you can see this is a bridge in China, okay? The guy's telling it to run faster. Okay, the people are being swept off the land. Okay, we don't want to go. Those are the people, the so-called the Chinese over there, which are not the original aboriginal people of the land. All right, they are being moved away. Why? Because of course we have a plague number 8 right here. No, number 9, flight and distress. And oh boy, flight and distress. Okay, mouse is not working. Okay, execution by the sword and flight in distress. So you have those folks running, okay, fleeing the land wherever they at. Okay, the curse is bound by time and space. Wherever you are, whatever the time it is, it will come on you. Whether you move to China, Africa, whether you go to Africa trying to be there, act like you are friend with the so-called African over there, which is not your land, you are going to get the curse. Whether you move here to America, because that's how it was upon us, and that's how it still is. Okay, the guy say we don't want to go, but we have to. All right.
Flash floods.
Oh, there we go. Oh, that video. Now we don't want to go, but we have to go. As you can see, those people are leaving, working and leaving the land because the Mighty One is sweeping them off the land. You can see children, women, men, everybody is moving. They are working by a train track, which is symbolic. It's analogous to the ley line. The Mighty One is moving out of the land, okay? We don't want to go, but we must go. Okay, those are the people. All right, they speed up the video. I don't like when the video speed up, but yes, everybody is moving. Okay, all right. This is this guy. He's crying. Okay, he say, "I saw a scared child just now. It is heartbreaking, brothers and sisters. This is Zhangzhou. Okay, let's all lend a hand if we can. All right, those people are really in a lot of haste right now. Now, why do I bring that, beloved? I bring that because Gentiles themselves, they like to tell our people, oh, China is controlling the weather, or the U.S. government is controlling the weather. So China is doing this to his own people? Do you know the capital city of China is Beijing, which was not the original name? It was Peking. But Peking, but they say, oh, well, it's misspelling, and then they rename it Beijing. Okay, let's double check that. Okay. What's the capital city of China?
Beijing. According to Britannica, Beijing, Wade Giles romanization Peking, conventional Peking, city, province level Xi, and capital of the People's Republic of China.
Okay, but it was known as Peking or Peking, you know, who used to be the king, who used to rule over there. And the Ming and Qing dynasty, I believe the Qing dynasty was the last one. Okay, the name China recently got there in the 1900s. Before that, it was not known as China. Okay, now you got those people online. I just wanted to tell the newcomers, do not listen to anyone that telling you the so-called men have power to control the weather, or China is using his own technology to destroy his own people, to destroy his own capital city, to destroy his own brethren and sistren. They don't have this type of power. Everything that you're seeing here, it is because the raw power of Almighty One. We are the original children of the light. We are the Hebrew Israelites. There will be no Jacob's trouble. Be at peace, beloved brothers and sisters. You can see this for yourself, man. This trouble is started upon those people. We've been in Jacob's trouble. Ever since Jacob came out of the womb with his brother Esau, he's been in trouble. Every single thing this man does get him in trouble. He worked hard for every single thing that he had. He worked 7 years for the first sister. He worked another 7 for the other sister. His wage being changed 10 times. We worked, damn it. We went to slavery. We went to the Inquisition. We went to Jim Crow. We went to all those the alligator baits. We went all to those humiliation and beating. So you mean to tell me those things weren't Jacob's trouble? They were just a warm-up? Suddenly now we will have the military coming upon us, and then take our people, put them in camp. Oh, are you going to accept Jesus Christ? Oh yeah, how shall I? They already done this thing. It's just they beat us, they mistreat us so bad, our memory being erased. We've been brainwashed so badly, and a lot of our men that used to come up with this message that this is Esau's trouble, they don't do that anymore. They switch it to Jacob's trouble. They sold out. And our mission here is to tell the people, be at peace. There will be no Jacob's trouble. This is Esau's trouble. This is the trouble of the Gentiles. This is trouble of the 83. Every single person, every single people that came against us are in trouble. Whether you were Chinese, whether you were Grecian, or those other Greeks over there, the fire, Algerian, Arabs, whites, or the black folks. Listen, again, a lot of folks are new here. They think all black people are the same. No, we're not. You got people in your own family. You got people that you're married to. They are black just like you, but they are not like you. Remember, you are a very unique person. You are not like the others. That's why you are an outcast. That's why you don't blend with them, because you're not supposed to. You're supposed to be holy. If you see certain black folks are catching hell, that doesn't mean it's Jacob's trouble. It means there are plenty of people out there. So-called white folks are Hebrew too. They are Hebrew Edomites. Abraham had 8 sons. You have 8 forms of Hebrews out there. And they are not all our enemies. Okay? The Midian, Jethro, the guy that trained Moses, was a master a master Kabbalist. Okay? He trained Moses. Moses, a master Kabbalist, a magician himself. Magic literally means manipulation of energy. Okay, what you are seeing here, it's magic. It's manipulation of energy. Those people do not contain this magic in them. We do. They make you afraid of your own power and telling you it's witchcraft, it's evil, while they themselves trying to duplicate your DNA, trying to clone you, which they can't. There is no such thing as a clone child of the light. Those people, like we said before, the so-called 83 or whatever you want to call them can only clone mushrooms. They cannot clone the God DNA. If they can clone you, they can clone the Most High God Almighty. If they can control the water, then they can fight and beat and vanquish the Most High God. They can't. China is not controlling the weather. The US is not controlling the weather. The Illuminati is not controlling the weather. The elite is not controlling the weather. The so-called 1% cannot control the weather. We do, through our power, through our prayer, through the curse that is over. For those folks that are saying, oh, China is using the DW weapon to burn and destroy Canada and burn and destroy the United States to cause flood and stuff. China is there's wildfire in China, okay? There's wildfire in China, and of course there is this flood over there. This is no joke. This is not fake. This is not CGI. This is real. The judgment is upon them. Beloved brothers and sisters, Jews and Gentiles, again, please be at peace. Worry not. Men do not have the power to trouble you. There'll be no Jacob's trouble. And if anyone try to come against the loin of the children of the mighty one with the army, they will be obliterated. You have no idea what kind of power you're messing with here, man. Our power is back unto us. The face of the Holy One has been turned towards us and is turned against you. Yes, indeed. We effed up. We messed up. He had to put us under this quote-unquote curse. And now the 400 years is done. 2019, 1619, 2019. The world shut down in 2020. It was not the so-called the elite that shut down the world. It was not the so-called the 1% that trying to destroy the economy so they can come back on top, so they can rule with gold and silver. All those garbages, they've done it. They have done this. They came here in 1492 and on the fourth part, they destroy our people. They destroy our economy. They destroy us. They force the mark of the beast upon us, their religion, their way of life. And then they say, if you don't take this mark, if you don't come like us, you don't blend with us, we'll kill you. We had no choice. They were killing our people. And for those of you that may ask, whoops. All right. For some reason, my mouse is not working properly. I just bought this brand new mouse. The other one was not. This one is not. Just bought it like a few minutes ago. They try to distract you with the whole Senna thing going on out there, and we are not being distracted. Okay. If you go to the channel, for those of you that are wondering, you can go to the channel. We have videos. Again, like we said, we have lives. Okay, we have prayers. We have all those videos. You can go ahead and check them. Those are the live that we done. We have done the 40-day fast. Okay, that's been 6 months ago. Okay. Day 2. Okay, you can go check the lives. We pray all the time. It's all live. Okay, you can check them and watch the old videos. Now, if you're wondering why and how those people were indeed came against our loin back when we were in 1492, when they landed, they had the Inquisition. They did all those terrible things. We're just going to do a revision. You can go to videos, go to oldest. And then all this, you can see all our old videos. And this thing been going on for a while now, okay? The third plague, destruction by pestilence among the cattle. Okay, those people were being destroyed for a while. But a lot of our people are being distracted till now. They are watching, that guy, he made something in New York. A lot of people coming over there for PlayStation. Oh, Liso, she's being sued for sexual harassment. All those fake things out there. Don't worry about them. Worry about your peace, meditation, and prayer. Know your guardian angel. He will guide you to your power. Every single person that are watching and listening, you were born with a guardian angel, and also you were born with a so-called demon. The so-called demon is the one that making your life a living hell because you never pay attention to your guardian angel, or the church never taught you about this. In fact, they forbid you to seeking your guardian angel help. You are born with it. It is there as a guide. Okay, it is there. If you don't know it, you can send us an email. We can tell you who it is, or we can do a full background check for you and tell you who, whatever spirit that you have with you, whatever angel that are watching over you, who's in your house, what are you, who are you, what are you, what's your color, what's your perfume, what's your day, what you're supposed to do to work and seek the Holy One. It is not just waking up, you find out that you are a Hebrew. There are more than that. You are more than being a Hebrew Israelite. You have power beyond anything any men and women on this earth can possibly imagine. You are God walking upon this earth. Remember, there is God Almighty and there is the God being. You are in transition of becoming the God being. There is a mighty energy that are coming. And the one that are preparing, searching, meditating, constructing, reconstructing their body will receive the energy, but the other one will be destroyed. Okay, so now 2 years ago, we know Jacob's trouble. Okay, all right, we were making a video because we received the message. We have video on the Leviathan, churches caught on fire. Okay, signs and warning upcoming. okay, lying devils, burn baby, the plague. Those are 2 years ago, okay. The book of Lamech of Cain, and welcome to hell. The elite, what the priesthood are, the elite are not doing this. The so-called Bill Gates have no power. He has zero power. This man cannot depopulate us. He can't depopulate so-called Africa. He can't depopulate no one. He has zero power. Whatever you hear coming out of this man's mouth, or all the people saying that, well, Bill Gates gonna get you some kind of vaccine and you're gonna destroy black people. No, he can't. If there's anything, their population are being destroyed. They are being decreased. That's why Elon Musk said on our other channel, you will see the other video on the Big Levi Backup channel, where Elon Musk said the biggest threat they are fearing is population collapse, because they are being diminished. The mighty one is taking them out. Okay, all right. You can watch all of those things. We've been making those videos forever now. Okay, the Spanish Inquisition, aka Jacob's Trouble. All right, you can watch this. This is it, part 1. Okay, the Papa Bull was conceived and the Inquisition ordered in 1480. All right, that was a book we had called the Spanish Inquisition. Oh, let me put the volume here. Okay, we have multiple book with studies. Don't let anyone telling you, oh, don't study. You can only study the Bible and 66 book, and you're not allowed to study anything else. If you go anything else, you're going astray. No, they hide everything everywhere. You need to study the book, okay, the Spanish Inquisition, the book of Lamech of Cain, 100 years of lynchings. You mean to tell me we spent 100 years of being lynched, our people being burned and killed and murdered and decapitated, our children being fed to alligators, and that was not Jacob's trouble? You mean we're going to go into something that is worse than that? Come on, man, give me a break, son. Okay, Alva Nunez Cabrera de Vaca. Okay, when those Spanish conquistadors came against our land, they were seeing all those great things. Okay, Bernard Diaz del Castillo, the memoir of the conquistadors, the things, the technology they were encountering when they came here. Okay, the Gospel of Mary Magdalene. Okay, the Gospel of Philip, the Grand Grimoire, all those books. You need to read them, but the book that I would recommend for you to read is 100 Years of Lynchings and the Spanish Inquisition. The Spanish Inquisition was a part of Jacob's trouble. We spent 400 years of Jacob's trouble. We are at the end of it. It is done. Now the curse is upon those people. Let no one disturb your peace. Be at peace, beloved brothers and sisters, Jews and Gentiles alike. There'll be no Jacob's trouble. Be at peace. The one that destroy us are being destroyed right now. Okay, we did this video 2-3 years ago. All right,
permits. So I read a lot, so you should too. And you gotta be diligent. You gotta study since you are in the truth. Okay, so now 2 Peter 1:10, 2 Peter 1:10. Wherefore, the rather, brethren, give diligence. Okay, to make your calling and election sure. For if ye do these things, ye shall never fall.
Okay, if you study,
if we study,
okay,
if we be diligent, if we make our calling will be sure.
Our election will be sure. Okay, you have to study a lot. Okay, study to show thyself approved. All right, we went into the Inquisition. We went to the fallen angel. We know who they are. Why did God choose me? We study all those things, okay? Our queen and Alonso de Ojeda killed Anacaona, the Haitian queen, when they came in upon the land. We study all those things. All were Jacob's going into this trouble, all right? And those things are still here, okay? The Papa Bull was conceived and the Inquisition ordered in 1480. And, boy. We published this video October 7th, okay, 2020. It was going to be 3 years now. You can check our beloved brother, Big Judah. Okay, he's, let me search, Big Judah. He's talking about the Inquisition. You can check all his videos. He has lives. Okay. Okay, he has life and things like that. Okay, all those things are talking about the Inquisition. We are bringing the dirt that they did unto our people back then. They can't hide from this. Okay, the Greeks, were they the original of knowledge? No, they weren't. Okay, the 1781 Johnson's dictionary would prove that the Papa Bull of 1455. Okay, let me see. Okay, 1455 hours say 1480. Okay, to destroy us, you have to read the Papa Bull. Okay, for instance, they don't have the original Papa Bull in there, but let's see what the Papa Bull is. The Papal Bull.
Here is information from Wikipedia.
They don't read it. A Papal Bull is the type of public decree, letters, patent, or character issued by the Pope of the Catholic Church. It is named after the leader, whatever. So the Papal Bull was just a declaration that they make to destroy our people. Okay? All right. So those men being burned, okay, those are the so-called, the 83 were burning our men and destroyed them and called them heretics and called all of that, okay? The Inquisition torture. All right. So our people were hanged. Okay. Our people were hanged. They were killed. That was when we were ruling Europe. Okay. We were hanged and destroyed. This was Jacob's trouble full on. Our people were stretched upon whatever that device is, and then they were cut in half. They were pulled upon the wheels. They were fire were putting below them, and then they were cooked, burned. And the priests were there and asked it, confess. Do you accept Jesus Christ? Do you accept Christianity? Are you going to do for the so-called Yahushai or our Christian? And our brethren were dying. Okay, this was Jacob's trouble. They tried to make you see like, oh, this thing going to happen in the future, or it's going to happen now. Our women were being beaten and raped, and our men being whipped, cut, tortured, and all this nonsense. It happened to us. It happened over there in Europe. It happened over here, and the fourth part, those also called the Catholic Church, hanging our men, tie weight unto their feet, hanging upside down, beat them, rape them, rob them, kill them. Punishment of the Spanish Inquisition. It was a part of Jacob's trouble. Let no one coming over there and telling you will go to another trouble. No, we're not. No, we ain't gonna go to another trouble. We've been going through trouble. All our lives been going. What do you think all those police are shooting, all those tortures, and all those popcorns been upon our people, all those tuberculosis, all those things, experiment been done upon our people? You think that was like just a try? No, that is why you see this thing happening over there in China. That is why you see this thing happening over there in Canada. All over the world, they are being judged. Be at peace. Now, of course, if you are Gentiles, again, like I said over here, we have nothing against you. Okay? You were tricked by the Catholic Church. Most of you, I will assume, you have no idea who we are. To you, this is far-fetched. To you, we look very proud. You're like, hey, this guy is very proud. I ain't gonna listen to him. Yes, because that's how you've been taught. The church, the priesthood of Mahan, aka the Catholic Church, had lied unto you. There's no such thing as the Protestant Church, the Seventh-day Adventists. All of them are Catholic. All of them came upon our loin. All of them destroy us. They just split and act like they are fighting, but they are not. They are confederate against each other. If you are Gentiles, you are here in the midst. If you are new, please, you can let us know in the chat room, and our brethren will welcome you, and we will walk you through whatever that you need to know, because we have our people, or they are well learned and in our community. If you are new here, whether you're for Jews or Gentiles, please type hello, type you are new, and then our beloved will give you a warm welcome and welcome you to this truth of being at peace. There's nothing is going to come upon you. If you are a Gentile, or so-called 83, that did not mistreated our people, you can assure you that this thing will not touch you. But if you are one of them that mistreat this thing, not only will touch you, will touch your children. But if you have repented, you come, you cleave unto us, not with pride and your wealth. If you cleave unto us, this thing, nothing's going to happen to you. Because when we read the book, the pillar of fire, and when the plague were upon Egypt, all the so-called Egyptians come and dwell with the so-called Israelites and Goshen. Goshen was packed. That's what the thing's going to happen. The hood going to be packed. Why you think all those so-called white folks or other people are moving to the hood? You think they are moving to the hood because they want to save money? They control the economy. You think they are moving to the hood because, oh, they want a gentrification? No, hell no. They are moving to the hood for safety. Because they know when this is truly going down, the hood will be the safest place. That's why they are telling our people, flee, 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 go to Africa, go live off grid, go there, go this, flee, flee, flee. We ain't gonna go nowhere until the mother, the heavenly father and the earthly mother said, go someplace. The hood will be the most secure place on this earth. Wherever the majority of our people is, when this has truly got on line, we will be the safest. I ain't seen no fire burning down the hood. I ain't seen no the flooding out and killing people of the hood. That's why you people are living or running and coming to the hood and try to be there because you are looking for safety. And for those of you who think you own all those houses and you're gonna kick us out and stay in the hood, that's not, it ain't gonna happen like that. It ain't gonna work because the blessing is upon us. Wherever we go, we'll be protected. So if you want to be protected, you gotta be with us. You gotta be cleave unto us. This is not saying with pride. This is the truth. If you're so-called Gentiles here, we do not teach hate. We do not teach blasphemy and battering you and killing, all that. All those things are gonna happen naturally because you reap what you sow. Because you in the past, that's all you saw. Okay, those things are going to come upon you. And we welcome all, even if you are children of the light or child of the darkness. We are the children of the light, master of darkness. We fear none. We fear no devil. We fear no demon. We study angels. We study demon. We study positive, negative, electromagnetic. We know both of them work together. The mighty one created both light and darkness. Therefore, we must control both of them. Again, to reiterate what I just said, the so-called Chinese or the Chinese government or the so-called the U.S. government, no man can control the weather. What you're seeing here is a straight-up judgment. Be at peace. There'll be no Jacob's trouble. We've been going through this trouble. Let us keep on going and see what's going on here with those people.
Broke out in Mentogo, sweeping away a large number of cars. There were fatalities, making for a chilling scene. The woman who filmed the video exclaims, "Oh my, look at all the cars. Oh my, the lights are on. Are there still people in the cars?"
Yes.
The woman responds,
"Yes.
There are people. Oh my God,
yes.
This is dangerous."
There are people. Beloved, listen, what we are showing here, we are not gloating and saying, oh, and whatever, this should be happening to you. No, man, we're just telling you, hey, man, this hate is real. Okay, this is not CGI. Yes, there are people in there, and yes, a lot of them had perished. Okay? Is that thing recording? Yes,
This
it is.
video sparked a heated discussion among netizens. It's okay if the cars are swept away as long as no one is hurt.
No, there's a
This
lot of
spectacle
people in
makes
there.
everyone think. It's hard to imagine such a heavy rain without seeing the video. I hope no one is hurt. It looks quite serious.
Okay, look
The
at
water
this.
is high.
Now, okay, let me freeze
So
this
many
if they
cars.
show this
I
guy.
hope-
Okay, now, beloved, we see this. We saw this many times before. If you go to our old videos, okay, there's a video that you know what? Let me see. I don't think. Is it? No, I don't think. Is it this one? Yes. There is an old video that we had a year ago. A flood happened in China, and it was just like that, but a little bit less worse. And a lot of people were no more. And the media, they distracted those people just like they are distracting people right now with the whole cover up. With the whole hey, well, Lisa says something, she getting sued, and this guy Kai, as you seen that every time they want to distract black people, they put black people that look like us. They put the Lizzo, they put that Kai Sena, they put the Jamie Foxx, a bunch of people that look like us. Okay, all right, but they are not our people. Okay, a lot of them look like us, but they are not us. So if you look at through this, we were going through this thing. Those people were suffering. They were still suffering. Okay, thunder voices and destroying weathers. That's in Indonesia. The one from China is pretty far, and you need to watch those videos in order for you to understand us. The riddle of prophecy of Atlantis. Atlantis will rise again because we were the so-called Atlantean. We become Atlantean. We are known as Egyptian. We are known as Assyrian. Okay, our name being changing. Okay, all right. So okay, the ley line. Okay. Esau's trouble, the Gentiles tribulation, the snows, and this is one of the most of the important video, the Dundon Charles. That's when the Mighty One confirmed to us there will be no Jacob's trouble 2-3 years ago. Raphael is in the midst, right? Okay, the dove in Atlantis. Okay, we're going back to Atlantis. All right, where is that video that I'm looking for? Okay. All right. And if you scroll down all over, you will find all the videos that we've been doing, telling our people, waking up our people, because Jacob's trouble is no more. Okay. The cyclone, the typhoon, is that what that is? Anything with typhoon and stuff like that, you can find it. Okay. It's a lot. A lot of those things been happening to those people, and what they do, they distract. Remember when that thing was happening over there in India? When the plague was upon the so-called Elamites over there, they were dying. Dogs were eating their bodies in the streets. Most of our people don't know this because they are distracted by some dude, some basketball player talking about some sneakers and things like that. That's how they keep you from your truth. Okay? Okay, so message to the nation, be at peace, the Heavenly Father is coming 2-3 years ago. Okay, you need to watch those videos. All right, this is the video where the dogs were eating the dead bodies. Okay, and in the street over there in India. Okay, all right, the ley line, we can use the ley line to fly like our ancestors did before us, the so-called the Supermans they are talking about. Marvel, DC, those are not fantasy. Those are declassified information that the so-called the CIA give to Jack Kirby. Okay, he made the so-called the X-Men, the mutant gene, the X gene. They are talking about us. Okay, you need to watch those videos. I believe that's the one, right? Okay. All right, our ancient technology. We used to fly. We used to have those things. We still can fly. What they are calling 5G. Oh, they are controlling the weather to 5G. Get out of here, man. Get out of here. Those people have no such technologies. They can do none of those things. There we go. All right. I believe that's the video right there. All right. Okay. This happened in China. All right. That happened 2 years ago. Okay. July 22nd, 2021. As you see, this thing keep happening every July. It happened in July, and it happened in July the 31st, around that time in July. Okay, all right. So, okay, this guy, he inside of a car. Okay, he got shot.
Looks catastrophic, but it's not the worst. There's more in store. Several dams and reservoirs have breached their warning levels. The Chinese military has issued a warning, in fact.
Look at this, beloved. Look at this. Look at the houses, the cars
Reservoirs
going over. Look at this. The houses, okay, the cars. We've been watching this. Don't get me wrong. Those things has people in them. They do. They do have people, just like that woman say, oh my God, does that thing have people? That's a dude. This thing been going on in China and killing a bunch of the so-called Chinese. Okay? Now, they want to tell you, let me see. Here we go. Let's watch.
China's population is huge, but for the first time in 61 years, the grand total has fallen.
That's because they are dying by the millions, beloved. That's because they are dying by the millions. They try to hide it with distraction. Oh, New York Times Square. There's this guy, PlayStation over there. The Lisa says something about somebody, touching another person. But and oh, that guy, his sneakers. the black people, and oh, this woman, she made some kind of thing about a little girl being by the highway, and she saw a man, she screamed, ah! And then they kidnapped her. Come to find out, it was an ox, and our people get distracted, and they are not seeing the destruction of the enemy. They are not seeing the mighty one is literally wiping them off the lands. Be at peace, beloved. The so-called China over there is part of our holy land. We were ruling China over there back in the Ming and Ding dynasty. The so-called Chinese or the Japanese, they are not the original aboriginal or owner of the land over there. Just like the so-called white folks are not the original and aboriginal owner of this land in America and in Europe. Those people are invaders. They invade just like Christopher Columbus came in here in 1492 and landed in Haiti. He did. I don't want to use this word. Ish already claiming, oh, this is our word. You don't use it. They did this devastation. They did a Christopher Columbus, so to speak, in China. They did one in Japan. They did one in East Asia. They did one in India. They did one in Africa. They did all those. They just invade us and then they destroy us and take over our land and claim to be the people and then tell us like, oh, we are slaves from Africa. We're from all over. Yes, we have our people over there in Africa. There's part of Africa that is our land, beautiful people over there. Yes, we're from Europe, we're from China, Japan, all over the world. Okay, the reason why you see the so-called Chinese things or the population or decreasing it is because they are dying at a faster rate. They are not reproducing. All right, that's why this thing going on over there.
Alarm bells are ringing, and authorities want young people to have more babies.
They can't.
The problem is, many can't or simply won't.
It's not like they don't want. They can't, beloved. They can't. Did you know those folks' blessing came with a time line, with a time stamp? The moment the time is over, they can't reproduce anymore. That's why Elon Musk make a statement the other day. He said the childless people should have no rights to vote. They are forcing people to have children, and they can't. They simply cannot because they don't have the energy. The mighty one said in the holy book, "I'll cut off the seed." Well, he said, "I'll cut off the seed of Esau." He cut off the seeds of those guys. Why do you think the so-called the Chinese are going to Africa? You think they're going to Africa? Oh, they're going to rule Africa. No, they are going there for two reasons. One, to hide. Two, to serve their slavery. They are going to be slaves in Africa. They are. You think that when the thing flip up, the one in Africa will flee back to China? Oh, hell no. The brethren we have and sistren we have over there in Africa will enslave them. Because you put us in captivity and then you are going to captivity, okay? All right? That's one of the main reasons why you see the so-called Chinese population of decline. There are more than 1 billion of them, but they are dying by the millions. And they want to say, oh, it's the economy, things are too expensive, who control the economy, man? 83, you control the economy. You pretty much make everything. You do everything. Oh, you mean to tell me you make rent so much, you make this so much to destroy your own people? No, you so-called elites or 83 or whatever Gentiles out there that is against us, what you did, you make everything so expensive for us. You put everything so bad to destroy us. You build everything not in your advantage, but against us at a disadvantage. As long as we lose, you don't care if you yourself, you lose, you win. You only care about our loss. So-called 83 never care about themselves. They care about our destruction. Even if this destruction have to kill them, they will do it. If you take one so-called 83, you said, hey, there is one child of the light live in this city. And there's 1 million of your own brothers, of your own Gentiles living there. Take this bomb, destroy the whole city, you will kill that one. They'll do it in a heartbeat. As long as they can get rid of one of you. They literally get rid of all of them to get rid of one of you. Because they know if they get rid of one of you, they get rid of a god. Well, little did they know, we reincarnated, but they don't. Not anymore. The portal that the so-called 83 used to come and reincarnate in our world as demon, this thing is closed. They can't come back anymore. Whoever is here, you hear. If you go, you gun. You're gonna stay on the other side until the judgment time, the true judgment time, when you come in front of the Holy One. The so-called Chinese are not being destroyed because things are too expensive over there. No, they are being destroyed because one, there's a ratio of sausages versus taco. There's way too much sausages over there. Every bakery you enter, there's always a bunch of salami hanging from the ceiling. Too many sausages. There's a sausage festival. Anything out of sausage festival over there is too much. Not that much of taco going over there. Not that much oven. It's massive sausages because you guys were destroying the girls. Okay. And then secondly, the plague is upon you. All right, let's take another minute or two out of this, and then we should be good. Oops.
The country's population last dropped in the 1960s during the Great Famine. In the years since, the number of people kept expanding even as the government imposed a one-child per family policy. That limit was abolished 7 years ago, but that hasn't reversed the decline. In fact, last year's birth rate was the lowest ever. And that's not all. The country's population is also getting older on average.
Again, they are dying faster, they are not reproducing, and they are aging. And then people are gonna sit there and say, well, they are doing this. This is to prepare for Jacob's trouble. Yeah, whatever, man.
In 2022, people aged 65 and over exceeded 200 million. There's no easy...
Okay, you got 200 million people age of 65 and older. That's like you got the entire Caribbean population, and the entire 200 million. What's the population of the U.S.? I believe it's 400. Let's see. Let's see the population. Why this thing? There we go. That's Google. Huh? Is that Google? Yeah, here we go. Why this thing take that long? Anyway, what's the population of the U.S.?
In 2021, the population of the United States of America was 331,893,745.
Okay, so 331 million. And out of 331 million, you got 200 million people that are 65 or older. And the other one are like the other rest of 131 million or 40s and 50s, barely young people. That's how high it is. Okay? What's the population of Mexico? I believe it's 121.
In 2021, the population of Mexico was 126,705,138.
Okay, so that's like you got the whole country of Mexico, which is our land, have everybody over there that there's no young people. They are like 65 and older. Okay, which country have 200 million people? I believe Pakistan. Is that what that is? Let's take France. What's the population of Germany?
In 2021, the
What's the population of
Germany
France?
was 83,190. In
65.
2021,
What's
the population of France was 67,749,000. In 2021,
What's the population of
of the
England?
Republic of Ireland. In 2018, the population of England was 55,977,200.
What's the population of Europe?
In 2018, the population of Europe was 746,419,440.
So now, based on the little research that we did, you can take the population of Ireland, Germany, France, Canada, Mexico, and then you put them together, you still won't cover the 200 million of so-called Chinese over there that are 65 and older. And those people are done, they destroy, they enjoy the blessing. The Lord, those people enjoy that blessing, and then it's time for them to be gone right now. That's why we are giving birth all over. Our people are younger, and it is time for us to enjoy our blessing. But before that, the disease and the parasites need to be removed.
Easy fix. And NHK's Beijing correspondent Watanabe Sotaro can tell you why.
Chinese authorities dropped a bombshell in January.
The population in 2022 fell by 850,000 from the year before.
The National Authority of Statistics put the mainland population at about 1.42 billion citizens. Some young people say the decline is a side effect of their daily struggles. Others suggest more people have begun to consider themselves important as individuals.
People are struggling to make ends meet, so they don't get married or have kids. I'm pretty sure that's the reality.
Perhaps many young people.
That's not what that is. Remember, our people used to shame us for our men and women, especially our women being unwed teenage mothers. We're not married. We are savages. We're having shackle. We're having kids out of wedlocks. And then they always put marriages like it's on the pedestal. Marriage like the greatest thing you can do. No, until the plague is upon them. Until their own wives are killing them and take their money. Until their women are not. Once the blessing is done, the husband don't want to stay with the wife. And the wife don't want to stay with the husband. That's why there's so many divorces out there, okay? Let's leave that whole China thing. We're done with that, okay? Inside edition, summer divorce. So many divorces out there, okay? All right?
Forget about the summer of love, because it's the summer of divorce. AGT host Sofia Vergara and hubby Joe Manganiello just called it quits. As did Ariana Grande and husband Dalton Gomez. Kevin Costner and his wife of nearly 20 years, Christine Baumgartner, recently said, "I don't," with Costner being ordered to pay $130,000 in child support a month. And today, actress Reese Witherspoon's divorce to talent agent Jim Toth was officially finalized. Divorce attorneys say there are extra stressful factors that could lead to breakups this summer. One is the actors and writers strike, which is bringing Hollywood to a standstill. And that could also cause extramarital tensions at home.
Extra stress, financial pressures, the fact that nobody is doing any work. So
that the moment the blessing is over, everybody's splitting up. That's how Gentiles is all about that money. I don't care. I didn't love you. I'm marry you for that money. Your man, I marry you for that money. Your woman, I marry you for that money. The moment the blessing is done, everybody's splitting up. That's why Bill Gates 2 years ago and his wife like, hey, the wife say, hey, Negro, you ain't making that much that you used to make. I'm out of here. Give me like 79%, and then keep the rest, and then pay me that child support or whatever. And that's why Donald Trump split too. What you see again, Brethren, we don't really care about those people, what they are doing. They are, they enjoy the blessing, but you should see how the Mighty One is separating them. You should see how the same thing that they did unto us is being done unto them now. It's not like, extramarital and then things Hollywood to a standstill, right. No, the blessing is over. Every single one of you is going to go back and serve us. The head is going to become the tail, and the tail is going to become the head.
So they're sitting around just staring at each other, getting tired of each other.
And 3 years of the pandemic lockdown didn't help either.
When people spend a lot of time together, they get sick of each other.
Yes, because they never spend time with each other. So-called husband and wife, the so-called 83 husbands and wife, they never spend time with each other. Okay? They're always busy out there calling the police on us, mistreating our people, micromanaging our people, always watching our people. Now they are busy. They got their own heads to worry about, and then they get tired of each other quick. That's why you see the so-called videos about narcissism, sociopath, psychopath are having millions, because they are just discovered that my husband was a narcissist, my wife was a psychopath, my wife was a sociopath, my wife was a narcissist, because they start spending time with themselves. Although we've been telling them for years, like, you people are terrible, but they never believed us. Okay? The so-called, people say, well, the pandemic was made by the so-called elite. The elite did this, so so they can control the world. Oh, you mean those so-called elite in Hollywood that control Hollywood did this to their own Hollywoodian? They did this to their own actors and stuff and destroyed them? No, the Holy One, the Mighty One did this. Let's finish this and then we will go to the plague. How long we are into this thing? Oh boy, let's see. Oh, 49 minutes. Wow. All right.
So it definitely could be COVID contributed.
As for
Yeah,
Sophia
whatever.
and Joe, many aren't surprised they only lasted 7 years.
There's a period of time that couples tend to get tired of each other, and it's around 7 years. So divorce lawyers have dubbed it the 7-year itch.
This divorce attorney has advice for any celebrity about to say I do.
Get a prenup. There's a great likelihood that if you're a celebrity, you're going to get divorced.
They hate each other. They didn't even kiss here. They hate each other. A lot of those people, they hate each other.
Divorced.
Okay, they didn't kiss. Look at them. They didn't kiss. They did not. They hated their. Everybody hated their guts. Okay, so now, again, beloved, we don't say this because we worship celebrity. We really don't care what those celebrities are doing. Okay, it's just to let you know that Genesis 15 verse 13, and he said unto Abram, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and they shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. Yes, 1619, 2019, we serve our slavery, we serve our curses, we serve the cursing. Now, in Genesis 15 verse 14, and also that nation who they shall serve will I judge. Okay, the Mighty One say now that nation, the nation that they serve, I will judge. And then remember in Genesis 18, Abraham asked the Mighty One, how are you going to judge the nation? He said, I got 10 plagues for them. Okay, what you've been witnessing here is thunder voices, which mean the weather, the flooding, okay, the giant boom, the thunders, the drought, all those things that have to do with the weather. Okay, execution by the sword and the flights. You see a lot of people are fleeing over there in China. You see a lot of people are fleeing over there in Nigeria, Greece, and all those places in Canada where the houses are being burnt down. Okay, the population are being decreased, and a lot of people are distracting by celebrities garbage. Again, we brought them sometime to make a reference, not because those things matter to us. Then again, beloved, be at peace, celebrate, man. I want to all of you that receive this this message tonight, get a white candle, light it up, pray, tell the Most High thank you. Tell him thank you for sending this plague, this trouble upon you as Jacob and corrected you. Telling him thank you for the correction. Thank you for the reprimand. Thank you for all the things that he's done unto you. Thank you for paying back your karmic debt. Tell the Mighty One, thank you for humbling you. And now your journey started. And now you're going to seek more. If Jacob's trouble is over, that means he's bringing the blessing unto you. The blessing is not about money and all that, brethren. It's not all about that. It's about knowledge, wisdom, the remembrance of who you were, your spiritual power, which they are calling superpowers, superheroes, magic, whatever those people want to call it, it's in you. You need to know how to unlock it. We have private classes. Okay? We don't do our lesson live anymore. Okay? If you wish, you can. Well, there's nothing here. I can't join on myself. Okay, you can. Okay, we have channel membership. You can click the join. There are many. They got the neophyte, the student, gravis, intratemplum. Choose. Okay, with the neophyte, you can only study with us. But the student, gravis, and intratemplum, you can read books. We have a meeting, Zoom meeting, private things, private technology, private stuff, private videos, things we cannot release upon YouTube. Join on to us, study with us. That's your time to study, to show thyself approved. We used to do this live, but a lot of people being chastise us and call us, oh, this is new age garbage. You are a witch. This is witchcraft. And you're going to go to hell and stuff. Name calling. We don't do this anymore. We do this privately. You can join and study with us, okay? All right. So, and then again, this is what's going on over there in China. This was happening 2 years ago. We published this video. No, that's the one that August the 23rd. But this been happening to China every single year. At one point, for those of you that remember, I said I'm not going to go to make any video about China anymore, man. I was done. Okay, I'm gonna let those people going through that trouble while I'm going through my studies and then get my blessing. All right, let's take another minute of this and we move to the next video.
Everyone is safe. Landline and mobile phones of my family in Wangping, Mintogo are all disconnected. According to Beijing Daily, due to heavy rainfall, Mintogo had to discharge floodwaters into the Yongding River, with all the surrounding main roads temporarily sealed off.
Oof.
Videos circulating on the internet show floodwaters washing away railings on the streets, with many vehicles and people trapped.
Okay, that's
a young man died in the flood.
That's a dead body right there. Okay, all right. This thing is no joke, man. This thing is no joke, son. Okay.
Stuck on roadside railings, attracting many onlookers. Netizens questioned why authorities didn't send out timely warnings before discharging the floodwaters, leading to so many vehicles and people being trapped.
Okay, now they are asking, why didn't the government send a SOS? Why didn't the government say, hey, this thing going to happen, get out of here? Because their little devices they used to somewhat, not controlling the weather, but observing, watching, and follow the weather is not working anymore. It hasn't been working since 2020. They didn't see it coming. Just like in the US, suddenly, boom, a huge flood. They didn't see it. It just appeared as a regular rain, and then it turned out to be a freaking hurricane. Don't let people trying to telling you this like a storm and things like that. Those are hurricanes. They call them typhoon over there, but they are hurricanes. Okay? There's no difference between a hurricane and a typhoon and a freaking cyclone. It's just they changed the name because of the location. And over here in the fourth part, they call them hurricane. Over there in the second or third part, they call them typhoon. Okay? They didn't see it coming. That's why they didn't tell those people.
They argue that this is a man-made disaster. Further footage shows the river in Shidu Town, Fangshan District, raging with rapidly rising water levels.
Okay.
Approximately 80 people were trapped at a courier sorting station in Fangshan District, anxiously awaiting rescue. Rescue vehicles were unable to get in due to flooded bridges and roads. On July 31st, heavy rains and flooding caused a highway bridge next to Lugo Bridge in Beijing to collapse, washing many vehicles into the Yongding River. The casualty situation is still unclear. According to mainland media reports on July 31st, road collapses occurred in Xishimen Village, Fangshan District, Beijing, and on the outskirts of Joy City in West Beijing. The flow of the Tamtou Temple River in Mentogo, Beijing, increased dramatically. Heavy rains in Fangshan triggered flash floods and a
Okay, so I believe we have enough of this. Let's take the other videos. And this one, I really want to make this one about China because a lot of people like to say, oh, the so-called the Chinese, let's take the other one, or the Chinese can control the weather, or they are controlling the weather. They're going to rule the world. Once Esau fell, Moab going to be there and all that. They already done all those things. Everything that you are seeing here, they're trying to tell you, man, those things are fake. It's all CGI. It's all clone. It's not real. Gentiles are in control. Bill Gates is doing this. Bill Gates is doing that. Really, they are doing this to their people? Look at those cars. You think they are doing this to their people? You think they are doing this to the capital city? You think they have the weapon that they if they want to use it, they test it on themselves? Whatever happened to our people? Whatever happened to us? Whatever happened to them coming to the hood and do these things to us? You think those people like this inconvenience? You think those people will just stand there and don't want to go home and can't go home because, oh, they had this weapon, they tested on themselves so they can bring Jacob's trouble? You think that's what that is? You think the so-called the elite, the 1%, build these weather manipulation devices to destroy themselves? Huh? You think that's what that is? That has nothing to do with this. That is because the Holy One is indeed in the midst. There's one thing that I wanted to point out. Okay, there's a lot of people crying. Okay, let me see. They were talking about the forbidden city. Let me see. They were talking about the forbidden city. Is that what that is? Let me see this. Yes, the forbidden city. Okay, let's listen to. Okay, let's listen to some of this, and we will close.
While others have had to return to their point of departure. One such example is train number Z44, stranded between Hebei and Beijing. Passengers were trapped on board for over 20 hours without access to water or food.
Okay, so you think those people like being stuck in the train for 20 hours without water nor food because they want to test this weapon on themselves? Then they will use it on Jacob. Then they will say, hey, we need to build the camps and then put the women, well, not the women, the men of this certain camp, only them, put them in that camp and gas them and kill them and use that weapon and lock them up for 20 hours? Oh, hell no. Listen to this guy.
Passengers, understandably agitated, sought out the conductor to voice their complaints. We've been stuck on this train for over 20 hours without even water. Can't you hear us, Railway Dispatch Center? Beijing Daxing International Airport's tarmac was flooded, with water reaching the tires of airplanes, leading to flight cancellations and delays.
You think those people, you think anyone like their flight being canceled? You're stuck at an airport, you can't go home because somebody is, or your brother's testing a weapon on you? You think this beautiful airport costs billions of dollars to build, they will destroy it with their own weapon? Well, the United States is doing this. Oh, really? But it happened over here too? No, that is because the Holy One is doing this. This is retribution. This is judgment. You people came against us, upon us. You destroy our people that were over there in the land of China, and the Mighty One is destroying you, point blank period. That has nothing to do with hatred or anything. This is the truth. Okay, you are paying for what your ancestors have done. Okay? All right, the modern Marco Polo Bridge, destroy. Okay, all those things, beloved, they are not happening because, oh, those people are doing it themselves. You think they are doing those things? No, we are doing this to those people. We are praying our prayers. Our God is doing this, and we are being restored. Restitution. Okay? All right? Let me see. They were talking about the forbidden city. Is it in the first one? I believe it's in the first video. I think I canceled that. Yeah, it was in the first video. Okay, let's see. See. Look at the men. Look at the people in the bus. Is that a bus? No, in the house. Okay, you think those people are doing this to their own citizen because they want to see the effectiveness of this weapon, and then they're going to use it in Africa, they're going to use it in Haiti, they're going to use it in Jamaica, in the hood? No. The Holy One is doing this to them. Look at this. Brethren, don't do this, okay? Don't drive in the weather when the weather is like this. You know what? Let me see if I can take the video that we were just talking about. You know what? Let me just. Nah, it's still in there. Is that this one? Let me see. Okay. I don't know what's going on with this mouse, man. Okay, let me see. Where's the forbidden city? It's not this one. All those. It is this one.
Experienced backwater flooding and over 6 only drainage system.
Okay, now
Chinese culture.
Let's listen to the forbidden city. All right. Listen to this.
It would be closed on July 30th and 31st. With reopening times depending on the rainfall situation. The heavy rain at the end of July also caused a rare flooding of the Forbidden City in Beijing.
Okay, the Forbidden City.
The Forbidden City flooded for the first time in 600 years, became a hot topic.
The Forbidden City. You see those ancient Chinese architects? Do you see Chinese build like that anymore? That's because they can't. That's because they did not build those things. What you are seeing in China right now, giant empty ghost building, ghost cities, giant gray building, they can build like this anymore because they didn't build it.
The Forbidden City has always been a symbol of the highest power in China, so this incident has drawn the public's attention as an omen of potential crises in the Chinese Communist regime. Historical records indicate that the Forbidden City was built over 600 years ago by Emperor Zhu Di of the Ming Dynasty.
Okay, now look at this dude. Look at the skin tone. Emperor Zhu Di. Look at this huge black man here with his long beard. Does this look like some kind of like Chinese dude to you? That dude is dark, man. He was the emperor who built this. Because the original people over there were our people. So-called 83 cannot build things like that. They can't. If they could, they would. They would have still building them. Okay?
Taking 14 years to construct. The design was inspired by the celestial constellation of Ziwei.
So it took our people 14 years to build something like that, and they built it according to the celestial position. Who do you think, who built like this? Remember the Issacharite or Issachar is good with astrology and astronomy. Okay? Our people, the pyramids all over, everything that is built according to the celestial pattern or the celestial constellation, so to speak. Gentiles cannot build things like this. They never did. That's why they never build them again, because they can't. They didn't build them. That's why the buildings are so shoddy and gray. There's no color. There's no lives in them. Okay? All right. I just wanted to take this. Oh, boy. I'm not quite sure why this thing is acting up, man. I'm going to restart my computer after this. I think something in the background is running, keeping the mouse slow. I got to use the pad anyway. Let me see how long we are into this. Okay, 1 hour. Okay, beloved, and we're done with part 1. We will see you in part 2. Again, before we jump to part 2, before we jump to part 2, we would like to reiterate again, to be at peace, there will be no Jacob's trouble. Why do you think those people use Jacob's trouble? Because they use the fear to keep you in a low vibration. Never again, no more. I will see you in part 2. You can either wait for it or you can go ahead and look for it. Selah, so be it. We will talk a little bit more about vibration in part 2.